Hey, what is going on? Forget that the countdown. Forget about the fact that I even have an avatar. It seems. Um, something happened there. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this thing up and running. Otherwise, I think I will be like invisible, disappearing guy. But yeah, what's up? How you doing? How's everybody doing this Wednesday? What's up, Pig? How you doing? What is going on? Hello team is right, you know? I'm just trying to get set up. Something weird was happening with my OBS just now. Like I tried to start stream and it took me like a try or two and it finally started up and now I'm like kind of confused as to what was going on with my connection because it was like everything just kind of slowed down and it just nothing was working for a while there. And oh, there I am. There I am. Doing good. Came home from work a bit ago. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I just got off work myself, and I decided to, I gotta apologize to everyone. I missed yesterday's stream, completely. I just had to do something for Papa Cappy, that like it was kind of urgent and stuff like that. So that's kind of like the thing that might be happening in the next week or so, where I have to get a lot of stuff done before I make make travel because usually so for those of you who know, usually I'm not always in Cappy Town. Sometimes I'm in Bounty Hunterville and I gotta make a trek over to Bounty Hunterville again. So my time in Cappy Town is gonna be quite limited right now, so I gotta get certain things done before I get a going. So that's how it's gonna be. But yeah, glad to hear that you got home just a bit ago because I know how that's like when you get off of work and you're just kind of like yeah, I'm finally home. I get to do the thing that I want to do and stuff like that, right? But yeah, hopefully you all are having a great Wednesday as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this here artwork of this here neon from the goddess of victory, Nike. And let's see, where should I start? Let's see. So I already started kind of now originally this artwork, after I finished doing the line art for it, had colors and shading added by Mooney, right? My partner, who helps me to do some of this stuff, right? Before I take it back and I start to add like, finer details to it right now. So that's kind of what I do, what I'm doing now, like especially for the skin parts you see here. And I'm gonna kind of do that, the rest of that for the rest of this right now. So yeah, that's what I am gonna do here. Let's just kind of get started. I am in a bit of a hurry to try to finish some of this stuff because I feel like I need to complete a lot of these artworks before I head over to Bounty Hunterville. So like I'm like kind of under the gun with some of this stuff, but that kind of comes with the territory of trying to juggle like many different projects and not being able to see my keyboard and having it positioned in such a weird way that I can't type correctly. But yeah, hopefully you're all doing well. It is day what, 11 or 12 since the since the Cappy Town Mango Sentinels won the NBA finals. Yes, I'm still on that. It's okay. It's okay, right? Right, everybody? I'm allowed to still be on that, right? You guys don't mind, right? I know, Bard. It's been a whole week or two already. Why are you still dredging up that old news, huh? It's because I can't help myself. Um but yeah, it's like Fun times, fun times. And what the heck? This is going off. Oh, it's because I don't have my proper layer settings here. Okay, here we go. But yeah, like there's been a lot going on as of late. I think let's see. There's been a heck of a lot of stuff going on, especially in terms of like, I know you guys have heard like some of the stuff going on with a certain convention, certain VTuber convention in a certain place and stuff like that. I am still trying to find out from the staff what the heck is going on there. I am, but I think at this point, now to give context to everybody about what's going on with that, I was accepted into the artist alley for Anki Expo a little bit ago, like about a month or two ago. And I did apply to table there. I did apply to do artist alley there a while ago, and I was very happy to have gotten in. But I think with everything happening with the expo, I don't really have a whole lot of what is it called? I don't have a lot of confidence that Anki Expo will be run in the way that they imagined it. And you know, like, I get it. A lot of times, especially with Artist Alley stuff, I do understand that there is a risk to a whole lot of Artist Alleys, right? Like, you apply knowing the fact that, you know, the artist alley that you're applying to may or may not be yo, congrats. Oh wait, this thing, did you not hear about what's going on with the convention though? And thank you for the congratulations, by the way. Like, I do appreciate it, but did you not hear the controversy behind it? Like, okay, so to start over, so Anki Expo, what is it, right? It is a East Coast VTuber convention. Oh, this is news to you? Okay. So it is an East Coast based VTuber convention. They wanted to do something as self-admittedly like Offkai, right? They self-admittedly try to be a lot like Offkai in that they are going to be a convention for the East Coast, as opposed to the West Coast that specifically targets you know, a fan base of people who love VTubers and are VTubers themselves and things like that, right? Which is a pretty awesome thing, you know, like we need one. We do definitely need one on the East Coast, right? Because, you know, all the fun stuff happens on the West Coast. So we definitely do need, like, you know, more of that on this side of things, right? Which is definitely something that I was looking forward to personally, right? But shortly after being accepted and then just like going through the motions and stuff like that, right? I paid the tabling fee and everything, and I did all the things that I was supposed to do to you know, get myself confirmed and stuff like that, right? It seemed like there wasn't too much like happening in terms of communication, as it were, for a lot of things that were happening at the expo. Like, there were always questions about, you know, the venue space, right? Like, you know, there were people asking in the Discord channel about, oh, like, you know, when are the the rooms at the, because they were gonna supposedly, at least to my understanding, they were holding this convention at a specific hotel that they have the address for on their website, but nobody could figure out, like, okay, when are the rooms gonna be available, like, because whenever there's like an event, there's like always like a set amount of rooms negotiated with the hotels, if they're at a hotel where, like, people can get a discount because they're coming specifically for this particular event. So it's kind of like a win-win situation for the organizers as well as for the hotel itself and stuff like that. And that information kind of never came through. There was a promise of revealing that at some point, but it just didn't seem like there was a whole lot being actually done at that time. And then it sort of like fast forward to today, and then it's sort of like, not today specifically, but like a week or so ago, there was a sudden chain of events that happened where not just like, there was a lot of how do I phrase it? There were a lot of sponsors pulling out. It started with a few, and then it just kind of snowballed. And some of the sponsors were rather big. Like, they were other VTuber agencies declaring that they're no longer going to be participating in this. They don't have anything to do with this and stuff like that. And that stuff is, when you see stuff like that, it's like, oh wow, what the heck, right? And then, like, not just like certain sponsors pulling out, but also certain guests pulling out, because there was just a lot of things happening all at once. It was like just kind of insane. Like, there were certain guests that were invited to come that a lot of people did not. Max Argentine, thank you for the follow. Super appreciated. Welcome in. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff happening in terms of, stuff that was behind the scenes, I guess, that I wasn't really privy to, because I'm not really, in the know on these sort of things. I'm just like an artist, just trying to get ready for an artist alley here, if you know what I mean. This is just like, I don't know any of this stuff, but then suddenly everybody's pulling out, and I'm just kind of like, what's going on? What the hell, right? And then I decided to take a peek at the Discord server. I joined this Discord server because there was some talk earlier on about how the artists in the Artist Alley were gonna get a little Discord channels so that we could kind of like plan with each other and meet each other and do all these things, right? Like, because if you've ever been an artist at an Artist Alley before, right, then you'll know the, like, sometimes you want to get together with some people and network and things like that, right? And there was like an idea, I guess, to have us pre-network with each other, and then set up certain things, like if we want to do stamp rallies or whatever together, I guess that would have been the place to do it. And now I'm talking about all this stuff in the past tense, right? Which, like, this is like really crazy for me to mention this stuff right now in such a way, because it's like, it's not like the convention is canceled, by the way. I'm not trying to infer that it is. They are still trying to get it to work, right? But there's a lot of things that have been happening that are like, oh, what the hell? Like, what's going on? And, one of the big things that came out of this is that the owner and CEO of the said convention has the convention itself has switched hands in terms of ownership at this point. The person that was the face of it all has kind of dropped out of being the face of this con after all these troubles that they've had, and a lot of the troubles have had to do with security issues, like guests were not feeling very safe going to this event and stuff like that, which is like it's rational, right? Like how do you expect a guest to participate in light of we live in a post TwitchCon world here, right? Where crazy stuff happens at these conventions. So like if your guests are not feeling safe about going to the convention, then also obviously I'm an artist alley, right? So I am the business person side of me that's participating in this is also thinking, oh, how safe is the artist alley itself, and not necessarily in terms of, oh, I think there's going to be some kind of violence or whatever. No, what it is I gotta worry about the fact that I have stock of products at the artist alley that's going to be there. Is it going to be safe? Is any if I come the next day, is everything just going to be plundered and it's all going to be gone and stuff like that because there was no security there and things like that? Like these are real questions that everybody had and stuff like that. And unfortunately there weren't very many answers to anything. And rightfully so, I guess, because it's like, well, they gotta have time to research the questions and give actual answers and not knee-jerk reaction type things, right? Which I totally understand. I totally understand this. But what I will say is we still have no idea of if the venue itself is even the venue that we're gonna be at. And then on top of that, with these concerns about security at the venue, not really being like figured out and stuff like that, right? Like there's a whole lot of logistical issues right now where I as a participating artist, think about it from the business sense, right? Like I'm not somebody with a large corporation or anything like that, right? I'm covering my own costs to go to this thing. I have to cover my own travel. I've got to cover my own, the table fees and stuff like that, right? And, like, when you really think about it, this is not a very good convention, as it were, for someone like me that has to travel to participate in, right? Because we're taking a lot of the risk, but not actually seeing a way to make up for that risk, right? Like if you want to just like define it in the business sense type of way, right? So it's kind of like maybe this is not the best idea, right? And every new convention, by the way, this is a first year convention, so this is a brand new convention. And every one of them is always going to be a risk, right? But, like, for me, it was like, okay, let's take the risk anyway, because even though they're a first year convention, right? It's sort of like, you want to support the community, right? Because you want it to be successful, because this could lead to things in the future for everyone, everyone in the VTuber space and stuff like that. And you always want to see like an event do well, especially when it has something to do with your favorite hobbies, right? Like you always want everything to go well, and I do want them to do well. But the problem is when you really think about all the risks now, because we know for a fact that a lot of their sponsors are dropping out. We know for a fact that because of that too, that a lot of the guests dropped out too. And they're already talking about downsizing the convention itself. So even the foot traffic is going to be much lower than what we were going to expect, which means like, for a lot of the artists that are going to participate in the artist alley, this is quite literally, this is going to be a loss. Now, some artists can eat the loss, right? Like some can. If you're big enough, you will eat the loss and be like, okay, this wasn't the best thing, but at least I was able to participate. But for those of us that are like very new to the game, the Artist Alley game and stuff like that, we really have to look at it and decide whether or not that's actually worth it. And like, especially if you're coming from abroad, like I would be, right? Like I wouldn't be local to the convention. And it's sort of like, it's starting to look like, this is not such a great investment on my part and stuff like that. So I think that regardless of what happens at the what they decide at the convention, I literally just cannot justify participating, which is really sad, Sorry, I had to take an illegal hydration just now. But yeah, like again, it's kind of sad because I was actually very hopeful for this one. It seemed like, like, oh, like this event, it could be like something like big for for VTubers on this side of the coast, and stuff like that. And like there was some hope for it, that it would be pretty cool and stuff like that. And again, I'm not saying, I'm saying this stuff in the past tense right now, right? So it sounds like, oh, no, I'm not saying that the convention's like done or whatever, right? Like they are still gonna attempt to resuscitate it and stuff like that, right? But the unfortunate part of this is that I don't think that they're gonna be able to do it. There's just too little time left and like they planned this thing out for a whole year now already, and they're still so vastly unprepared right now to deliver on so much of what they were hoping to do and stuff like that I just don't think they're gonna be able to do it. And the sad part too is like there's a part of it that's like again, I wanted it to work out, but now we're getting news too that one of the sponsors that didn't actually drop out, right, is a huge proponent of not V, holy crap. They're a huge proponent of AI art and AI generation and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, as for those of you who are artists yourselves, you kind of know, like, depending on what kind of how you feel about AI stuff, right, in general, you kind of know. I think you guys should already know, like, for me, I'm just kind of like, what the hell, right? Like, I don't want anything to do with promoting AI art and stuff like that, right? And a lot of people who are in the Arts Alley also feel the same way. It's like, hey, we don't want to be associated with this stuff, right? It's kind of like plagiarism as an artist, right? You don't want to be somebody who is plagiarizing other people's art, and you don't want to be associated with that, right? And it's the same thing with AI art. You don't want to be associated with it, as well as be seen promoting it or anything like that, because it's like, again, it's like one of those things where it's like damn, like what the hell, right? Like, I don't want to. So one of their sponsors actually is still a very, very big proponent about it. So even though the convention has said that they are very anti-AI, and I do believe them about that. I do believe that they are, because they don't even use it in their promotional materials and things like that. And they try to use like actual artwork and stuff like that for their stuff. But the problem is, like, how do you claim to be anti-AI if you're going to have if you're taking money from a company that's pushing it, right? Like, and like that's how you fund your event, right? Because when you think about it, their banners and their logo is going to be all over that event. So there's no way that you can separate the fact that they are there and that they are, like a headliner of your event, while trying to say that you guys are anti AI and stuff like that. So that's a huge, like, that's a huge red flag for a lot of the artists there, and they haven't said anything about that yet. They just said that, like, for the most part, they're just trying to um claim that, like, oh, this company isn't pro AI, and they don't do that stuff, and you guys should be okay because we don't use it and stuff like that. But like the evidence otherwise kind of says otherwise, right? Like about said company. So like there's a lot of things that we are seeing right now that's part of the of all this that's been happening with that makes me very not necessarily negative about things, but I just don't really trust it, right? Like, so I think that we're gonna have to bow out of this. But like, we gotta find out pretty soon if they're gonna allow us to recoup our fees, because we had to pay for these artist alley tables, and like, that's a huge thing that we have to find out now. Like, are you guys gonna just because we feel like you guys didn't honor your part of it, saying that you're anti-AI, but then having it there. So it feels like, for a lot of us, that's kind of like breaking your part of the deal and stuff, as it were. So it doesn't feel like you're able to deliver, you know, the thing that you're promising there and stuff like that. And if it really feels like, like, depending on what they want to do, I know that artist alley tables for the most part are non-refundable, but like, I think that if they choose not to work with us, who, and maybe, like, and that's not to say, oh, screw them, and like, I would say that, like, I think a lot of people would be happy to be like, hey, you guys can like, have your table space back, and then you could pass it along to somebody who would actually does want to go to the event. We don't mind that, but if you guys are gonna hold out on us until things are too late to fix, for us, then it's sort of like, okay, this is kind of a scam in a lot of ways. And again, I'm not saying that they are. I'm very much not saying that they are right now. I'm just saying, like, this is kind of like the situation we're all in when it comes to the artist alley right now. We're just kind of waiting on an answer for a lot of these questions, but we're just not getting them. And like, they're taking the stance of research the for the question and then give an answer later on that actually makes sense, because early on they kept talking and giving half-hearted answers that didn't really help the situation, and it just kind of probably made things worse, to be honest, and stuff like that, right? So we're still in a waiting pattern, but I don't think that many of us in the artist alley can wait that much longer, because if we have to, then we have to take some drastic actions, but those drastic actions have a time limit to them. But so if we're gonna take those actions, then we got to do it as soon as possible. So like, I think it's like, while the silence from their end might be good overall for them, so that they can actually give answers, the unfortunate part of that is that for those of us in artist alley, we actually can't wait that long for these answers. Like, we actually need the answers pretty soon, and if they don't provide them within, say, like a week or two, I'm afraid that some of us are just going to have to take the nuclear option here when it comes to and it's, again, it's not something that we really want to do, like, given if depending on whether or not, like, this event, like, I don't want to say anything bad about, the event itself, because, again, it's like a first year event, so bad things happen and stuff like that, right? Like, sometimes things are unavoidable when it comes to these types of first year events, because, it's like, due to the inexperience that's going on with everyone, right? Because it is a first time thing, but, like, we always have to kind of we have to worry about ourselves too, unfortunately. So, like, because, again, a lot of us are not these big corporations with a lot of backing or anything like that. We're just like sole proprietorships. Like, we have these businesses, um, like, and we try to run them the best that we can, and like, sometimes we just are in situations like this where it's like, what, we don't really have all that much choice but to take the road less traveled here. So, that's kind of the update on what's going on with the tabling thing that I announced like a couple of weeks ago. It kind of sucks. I just announced that I got into an artist alley, and then it turns out that it might not have actually been like a good one, but um again, these things kind of happen, right? Like, these things, you always take some sort of risk when it comes to participation in our artist alleys of any kind, especially with ones that are rather new, right? Like, ones that are brand new to the scene and stuff like that. There's always going to be like some kind of risk when you do like brand new artist alleys like this and stuff, but you kind of take the risk in hopes that things would go good with them, depending on the type of artist alley, right? Like for me, like, I was really hoping that this one would work out, because it's a East Coast VTuber convention, and like, I feel like we need them. We need some, over here. We need some more East Coast VTuber conventions, VTuber focused conventions, I should say. And like, I wanted it to work out, but we'll see what happens in the next week or so. I know that like, I probably shouldn't tempt fate and just kind of do what I have to do, right? I know I should, but there's a part of me that's still hoping that something will happen in terms of like, oh, they figured things out, but like, that's that hope is not very there's not that much hope right now. Let's just say, like, it would be really shocking if they can rescue this one. I will say that right now. Like, I will be very surprised if they're actually able to pull through out of this, because again, there's just been a lot of things happening that are just kind of like, oof, but again, you always hope that like, they don't, like, they fall, but it's how you get back up, right? You learn from your failures, right? And you hope that they'll be able to, but sometimes, like, maybe it's just a little bit too far gone, right? Like, and the glow effect here is a little bit too heavy, I think. What I'm trying to do is, like, I'm trying to maybe it shouldn't be an add glow. Maybe it should be like an overlay or something like that. Or yeah, I'm just trying to add a little bit of color into the shaded part here, because a lot of the colors from her skin and her like the parts down here where her skirt are and stuff like that will reflect back upwards into the shadows a little bit, specifically from her leg and like stuff. I know that's pretty far away, but this is gonna be actually a pretty bright image at the end, because there's gonna be a large explosion behind her, so there's a lot of stuff that's gonna be like casting a lot of different rim lights and stuff like that here eventually. So I'm just trying to like I'm trying to overthink it a little bit so that I can get ahead of certain things, but I'm like maybe I shouldn't have it. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, like, you know, VTuber conventions, you just kind of hope for the best sometimes with them. But I don't think that's gonna stop me from applying to other artist alley tables and stuff like that. Like, again, you know, you always take these kinds of risks with certain applications and stuff like that, especially with the smaller conventions and stuff like that. And you know, that's usually where a lot of artists have to start and stuff, because you got to start somewhere, right? You know, like, again, like I kind of went into this whole thing basically thinking of the convention as more of an opportunity to perfect my setup, to get more of an experience doing the con scene, and then, like, you know, like maybe perhaps like, you know, covering some of my travel costs when I'm there and stuff like that. Like, I really wasn't thinking like, oh, we're gonna do gangbusters and, you know, like I'm gonna be like, you know, making all my money back and all this other stuff. Like, that's never, it's not really the way that I was kind of approaching it. But you know, you can only give so much of that to the convention itself, right? Like, you if it gets to a certain point where you're just like, okay, this is just going to be like a huge waste of money, unfortunately, then unfortunately, like, you kind of have to ask yourself, okay, when is it time to pull the plug? And I feel like I'm very quickly reaching there, you know, like that situation, right? Could file the travel expenses as a business expense. Yeah, you can, you know, like, you definitely can. Like, a lot of people smarter than me will figure that out in terms of taxes and stuff like that. But, you know, like, it's not an inexpensive amount to travel, you know. For me, you know, this time it might be a little bit less expensive, less money in terms of this one, because while I'm not a local, it is still on the coast where I could do things like, you know, I could take the train to the convention. I don't need to fly in, for example, right? And I can also do something like, maybe perhaps, like, you know, try to find like a cheaper room at the convention and things like that. Like, there are things that I could do to limit the amount of money that I will be spending. But we also have to remember to, like, you know, like, you have to account for shipping costs, right? Because we got to ship our product there as well and things like that, and as well as getting it all printed and created and delivered and stuff like that, right? Now, luckily for me, I do all of my own printing for the stuff that I have. Like, I'm still capable of doing that, because the product that I have is not like, I don't work in keychains and things like that. The small things that are gonna be like, you know, like will take time and manpower to produce, right? I can do all my own printing right now, so it's like I still benefit from that, at least. But, you know, again, we have to put you know, money, time, and effort into participating in the convention itself and stuff like that, right? Even though you can expense it, the immediate costs, right? You know, like that's still coming out of our pockets until we do our taxes at the end of the year. So that's the unfortunate part about it. But I do like where you're thinking with that. You know, like we can definitely try stuff like that, right? To help with the cost of things. But you know, like there's only so much you can do when you know for a fact that this one might actually be kind of a dud in a lot of ways. So you know, that's the unfortunate part in this situation. It's like I think that it's okay to go to a convention that's not quite as established as an artist, right? Because again, you know, we all have to start somewhere, right? And sometimes it's at the smaller conventions that you know, you figure certain things out, right? But it's like there's a certain limit to, like, you know, your how many of these that you can go to and that you can justify. And one of the things about this one is that it's just, there's just like all around not the vibes that I was expecting, you know, like from the initial thing, like especially with all this coming out now about, you know, certain things that are happening behind the scenes. You know, it's like this security doesn't seem to be there, and you know, it feels like some people in the Discord have noted that, you know, the venue itself is in question. Like I'm not even really sure that we're gonna be at the venue that they were advertising. And you know, like maybe this is stuff that I should have looked into first, right, before I did that application. You know, like you know, but at the same time, again, you know, we always take these kind of calculated risks. But if the risk starts to seem very a little bit too risky, then maybe it's time to pull the plug on the whole thing and stuff like that. So you know, and you know, we'll see what happens in the next few weeks and stuff like that. Again, they're promising answers for a lot of these questions that a lot of people have asked, right? But they're also they also kind of started out with a rapid fire release of certain information on their Discord server that was kind of like, okay, maybe your answers were not very carefully thought through, because a lot of it is not was kind of like on the spot. And you know, like it didn't paint things in a very good light, let's just say. A lot of the answers that they had for certain things. And you know, like we're all now left kind of trying to figure out what the heck is actually happening. And they've now suddenly taken a vow of silence for the time being, because you know, it was kind of like suggested to them that they shouldn't say things when they aren't even really sure of what the answers actually are. So they were doing a little bit too much of that initially. So that's what caused a lot of people to be like, oh, whoa, what the heck is happening? So we'll see. But I don't think that again, I don't think that a lot of us who are participating in the artist alley, we don't really have the luxury of waiting too much longer. I honestly think that if what the heck? Oh, sorry, I just noticed something. Oh, I see what happened there. Okay. Okay, I see what happened there. Sorry, I just had to figure something out. Okay, there we go. But yeah. So, you know, like that's kind of what the situation is like with that. Sorry, I had to illegally hydrate again. But yeah, like, again, it won't stop me from applying to other artist alleys. I will say that it is something that happens to every every artist that does go and do artist alleys. So this is not like strange, like at all. Like sometimes these things do happen. So, the best thing that you can do is to just like, um you just kind of roll with the punches, right? But we shall see, we shall see. But other than that, um, I think things are okay. I think things are okay. Like again, I'm gonna be traveling next week. Next week, um, during the birth of Freedom Land. That time, I'm gonna be traveling back to Bounty Hunterville. I do this travel pretty much once every once every few months and stuff like that. I travel between Cappy Town and Bounty Hunterville. It's just my new norm. It's just my new norm. I'm gonna have to do it. So, like, whoa, what the hell? Why is this? Oh, there we go. Okay. But yeah, like, so there's gonna be a little while where I'm just gonna be kind of, it's not that I'm gonna be gone from streaming or anything like that, right? But I do have to make preparations for that. So I don't expect not to be able to stream like again this week or anything like that. But I never know. I never know. Just like on Monday, it just like completely lost the entire day of being able to stream because I just had to take care of some stuff for Papa Cappy and stuff like that. It's just like last minute things that I have to do in Cappy Town before I make my journey home. So we shall see, like again, I don't anticipate the fact that I will not be able to come on and finish this. In fact, I think I'm gonna try to rush to finish these next few artworks. If you guys were on Mooney's stream today, if you happen to catch her stream, you will have seen that she is coloring in right now the artwork of Rappy that we started and stuff like that, and she's so far gotten a lot of it done, and she's passed it back my way, so you might see some of that being done as well pretty soon. So like we're making good progress with this, I think. I'm just very fortunate to have somebody that here with me that can help with certain things, like art wise. I feel like I know how some mangaka like feel when they have assistants. I now know why they have that. I now know. It's actually quite helpful. Like no joke. It's quite helpful. Like for someone to start out the coloring section of all this, and then you come in and then you do the details, and you complete some of the ideas that are going on there, and like I've been very fortunate that Mooney can help me out with that. Whoops. Sometimes you just need a guy to color shit in for you. Yeah. You know, sometimes you just need, you know, especially for older. Like, what's funny is like, okay, so you know, like Akira Toriyama, the legendary Akira Toriyama, right? Like, there's been so many stories about like how he works with his team and things like that, and how forgetful he has been and stuff like that, and just some of the stories about how, like, for example, with Perfect Cell, how some of the animators at Bird Studio just kind of really hated the fact that Cell was created with all those little freaking what would they be called, those spots on his character model and stuff like that, and it was like a nightmare for all of them to animate that in the animated version of Dragon Ball Z. So it's like, you know, hearing those old stories, like, you know, it's like, wow, you know, like, um it makes you think, you know. My back hurts, Billy, do the background for me. Yeah. And like the story that I've always liked the most, coming from, you know, Bird Studios and all that stuff, right, was the idea for Super Saiyan, that how that kind of, like, the look of it anyway, right? Like, the storyline wise, you know, like, the story was always building towards that, but the idea, but it was like the reason why they turned into blonde people is because in the manga, like, Akira Toriyama did not want to continue to fill in the black areas with ink and stuff like that. So he basically created a look so that would just have to do the line art and not have to fill in all the black areas on it. It's like, you know, just to help out just to either help out the team or just like feed into his own laziness of, I don't want to do this, so I'm just gonna like leave it out. It's so crazy that that's you know, like, part of the one of the big reasons why they when they transform and they get a different look on the hair just because of that, you know, especially for printing the actual pages when setting the manga. Yeah, you know, and it was like, it was one of the big stories, like, you know, that I really enjoyed about you know, other than the fact that, like, apparently Toriyama was like notoriously forgetful about stuff. There was actually apparently a story where, you know, during the creation of the Dragon Ball Super movie, what was it called, Resurrection F or something like that, where I guess they like the character designers were told that Frieza's body armor was part of his skin. So he regenerates in the pod in that movie and has his body armor on because they were told that was part of his skin, but actually it wasn't ever done that way, because if you saw Dragon Ball Super Broly, there's a young Frieza without any body armor on. It's like, oh no. So, you know, like, you know, sometimes that notoriously forgetful artists, you know, hilarious. It's just, some things can be super hilarious, you know. Oh, okay, I'm just trying to make sure of the layers. Kagurabachi, the mangaka, likes to draw on black, so and when it comes to printing, it uses a lot of ink when printing it. Oh wow. And then I'm sure that, you know, like, they have to find a very specific colors of stuff, you know, like for example, like, I'm sorry, not colors of stuff, colors of paper to use, like very specific paper, because it has to soak in all of that ink and stuff like that. So it's like, damn, like, I'm pretty sure that that's not easy or cheap for the printers to do, right? I might actually have to change colors on the line work that I put in here. Because as you can see, the line work is actually a lighter color than some of the shadows that are going to be on here. Then again, like, you know, maybe not. But yeah, you know, it's like it does this kind of workflow is you know, it is helping a lot, you know, like it's helping us to be able to complete more of the fan art that I'm doing here in a more timely manner and stuff like that. Granted, you know, I'm saying this right now having not released a new fan art in a while due to certain traveling circumstances that happened recently and stuff like that, but you know, it's working out for us because, like, you know, I think this is the most artwork that I am working on concurrently at the same time, like at any given point. Like, I think I have 3 things like in the works and stuff like that. I actually have another like this was not in the plans. Excuse me. This was not originally in the plans, but I had originally decided that I was doing the artwork of Ingrid from Street Fighter 6 in particular, right? As my next thing, and I'm working on that. I'm still working on that, right? But while I was trying to work on this last night, actually, because like I missed stream, so I wanted to make up for missing the stream, so I stayed up a little bit against my better judgment because now I'm like super tired, right? But I stayed up a little bit to kind of start working on some sketching a little bit, you know, just for fun and stuff like that. And I started sketching a certain character. Well, actually, I can just kind of show you guys. No spoilers or anything, please. But for the sake of others. But I started working on a certain character. From a certain show. I started working on something from a certain show for fun, and I kind of like it enough where I'm like, you know what, I should finish that. So I might actually do so. We shall see. We shall see what happens. But if I do finish it, there's clearly another character that I have to draw on there as well at the same time, because it wouldn't be a fan art of Ribbit if it didn't have a certain other person there. So, like, originally when I was drawing it, it was because I drew her head. And then as I was drawing her head, I just like intrusive thoughts happened, and I was just kind of like, what if I could just like draw the rest of her body? You know, like what if I could just like kind of draw the rest of her body and see what it looks like? And then I was like, you know what? I didn't do too bad of a job. Maybe I super emphasized the certain badonkadonk a little bit too much, but you know, that is the nature of the character, right? Wait, did I actually hold on a second. I gotta look at the I actually forgot some lines over here. Huh, okay. But yeah, you know, like we shall see what happens. we shall see what happens with that artwork in the days coming, because I gotta finish this one as well as the this one as well as the honest one, the Titty Star Honest that I was drawing. I gotta finish that one too. So there's quite a few fan arts that I have to complete now, but this is good, you know. It keeps me busy. So that's a good thing, you know. Like it was something that I struggled with a little bit previously, because I was just kind of like really down on myself for not being able to complete enough artwork, let's just say, you know. Like I feel like I'm too slow as compared to other artists, right? But you know, caveat here is always, you know, like I always say that speed is kind of a function of your own experience and your own confidence in your own ability, right? And it just shows, like, if I still feel like I'm too slow and my output is not as much as other artists, I feel like I'm still back in the days where I'm not too hyper confident about myself. So, you know, like it's just something that I need to work on. But that's okay, you know. Like I don't have to be super hard on myself if just because of that, right? Because I kind of know what it is, right? So I don't have to be too negative about it. So, you know, that's the only thing that I worry about. Like if it causes me to become hyper negative about myself, then, you know, like that's bad, right? But, you know, these days I'm not, so that is fine. Yeah, I'm just trying to right here add like sort of these streaks, right? But then like kind of blend them into the clothes so that they kind of hint at the fact that there's like certain parts that are wrinkling upwards in the clothes and stuff like that when you zoom out. Like I don't want it to be smooth, super smooth, and just like two-tone colored and stuff like that. Like, you know, like I want it to actually look like a person is actually wearing this thing. Okay, let's see. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? On some of the white parts on the shirt, I forgot to add some of the details for that, and I already changed colors. Oh no, I'm gonna have to find that color again. Which luckily was not too hard to do. Okay, cool. Alright, let's see now. Let's go back to this part. Well, let's do this first. Let's, nope, can't have it like that. Okay, something like that, and then we add some shadows. Oh, actually, I kind of... Hold on, I gotta start over here. Start over. Okay. Oops. Okay, that's not what we want. Okay. It's kind of interesting to me how some of this turns like really purple, in certain areas, right? So that's like the risk that you take when it comes to using like layer styles instead of just using the color that you want, right? Like sometimes you get uh results that are just kind of like, okay, what the heck is going on over there? An easy way to get around it though is to just make a layer on top of all this stuff and paint on top of that, which you can do. You don't necessarily have to, uh, you know, use whatever the layer is giving you, right? Like you can do things like that. So which I might have to do towards the end of this image, and then just like correct some of the weird the color differences that are happening here. It depends though. It depends though, because ultimately you want to zoom out and see what everything looks like before you make any kind of drastic judgment calls and stuff like that, right? So. Nah, I don't think I want to do it like that. Maybe like this. Gotta change this a little bit. Funny that you have to open your mouth for some of this. What? What is so funny about me having to open my mouth for some of this? Because it looks like you're saying something. Maybe I am saying something. Huh? How about that? How about that? What if I am saying something? Hello, Mooney. How you doing? But on mute? Oh. Well, you don't know. What if I am saying something, huh? Just on mute. See, chat doesn't know, right? Don't forget the random stripes on the skirt. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. There's like detailed like random yellow stripes on the skirt and stuff like that. I'll add them in a bit because it's like, yeah. Actually, you know what? Let me not do that. Let me go and add some of them now, right? They're not even really like orange colored like the way some of the other stuff is, right? They are actually really like yellow, like a rather pale yellow stripes for some reason. And then they come up from like, let's see. Also, did you turn on one of the line art layers? Yes. The what are you talking about? Is the line art layer from the hat you're talking about? Oh, who is that? Hold on a second.
I think it's just faster if I just said what I was going to say.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hello, Mooney.
Hello.
Hello, chat. Say hello to Mooney.
I was gonna say, like, because I noticed the collar was back on the right side.
Which collar? Oh, this thing?
On the right side. On her, yeah, that flap, because she doesn't have a flap like that on the right side.
Yeah, cause
so weird, right?
Yeah, I had to turn on certain layers because I had to find the top of her head again.
Because I erased it.
Yeah, because you erased it. But I actually need that.
For now, right?
Yeah, because like I was gonna make it so that the colors on the hat are removable. Like the hat is removable. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I kind of needed it. I was like, wait, where's the top of her head?
Good thing I did another layer, right?
Yeah. Like, you know, it was a good thing that you put it on another layer.
Yeah, I've been doing like I've been taking your line art layer and then retasserizing it.
Yeah. That's fine.
So yeah.
It's okay to do that. I mean,
her stripes are so dumb on her skirt.
Yeah, I don't know like what kind of pattern
I don't understand it. Like I tried doing a brush stroke for it too. Like
yeah.
Save time, and I couldn't figure it out because I was gonna do it for you, and I'm just like that's annoying, and I'm like I don't understand it.
Yeah, I really don't understand what's going on here, so I'm gonna just do a thing, and if it looks like it, it looks like it. If it's not, oh well. But yeah, you've been doing a lot of you've been burning the midnight oil. Is that what they used to say? you've been hard at work on Rappy.
Nice.
Yeah. That's really good. It's actually really helpful. I was telling chat earlier how helpful it's been and stuff like that. Even though I really haven't put out anything in recent times. Shh, don't worry about that, chat. But we had a lot of travel and things like that. You know, like kind of changed the schedule for us and stuff like that. And then like, you know, certain other things are happening outside of arting. at my job that has made it a little bit harder for me to stay more consistent. But you know, at the same time, I'm happy with the results of what we've been doing as of late. So now, if I could just figure out what the heck is going on here. It seems like it gets over here and then they all get thinner and then they go down.
Yeah, it's so
Like-
weird.
Something like this. I don't know. And then there's one on top. And it's like a different color too, actually. Now that I'm looking at it, it's actually like a different color, but I can change that later. I don't have to do that right now. It's something like that. It's just don't worry about it, chat. Okay, and then let's take this and then do a more different yellow color for the this, because for some reason it's like a different color. It's okay. Chat will forgive me for messing this up with my amazing fan art of Ribbit. In the future, they will be like, Bard, wow, you sure messed up that skirt pattern, but it's okay because
It's
you
like
gave.
so random. Well, the skirt is like really random in itself because like there's white panels and then for that part no white panel.
Yeah, it's like really crazy. Like I can't actually tell what is going on with that. So again, I'm just gonna.
I will say this: it's one of their more suspicious outfits. I'll say that.
It is,
You know what I mean?
In a lot of ways, right? Like,
As much as we don't want you, like, going like, of course it has to be neon, right?
yeah, of course, right? Well, you know,
It is what it is.
it is what it is, you know.
I always like how you rendered their boobs.
What? Wait.
You're very good at rendering boobs.
Well, you know, it's a very important part of a balanced artwork. Yes. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with, guys. Don't. Yes. Don't make a thing of it. I'm gonna take the elbow stance. But I can't take the Elmo stance on it?
Isn't Elmo's like stance like what was it? It's like Elmo's stance like he was just like, don't make a thing of it.
Yeah.
Elmo loves everybody.
Yeah. Elmo loves everybody. Okay. But Elmo wants USA to win. Just to be clear. Because, you know, just in case for anybody that wasn't sure. Yeah, I have to change it a little bit with this mesh transform tool. It's gonna get a little bit fuzzier, but that's okay. It's okay. It does not need to be in full detailed. Oh, she's got a lot of these patterns and things like that on her, doesn't she?
There's like, a lot of random stuff.
Yeah. I do like the fact that you tried to draw the stars in for me. Yeah. Or the crosses or whatever they are.
Yeah, that I could find.
Yeah, like I was like I had such a hard time trying to do them, and I'm like, okay, you know what? It's okay.
I like how we're both like, I'll just maybe I'll do it, or maybe I'll wait for the other person to do it for me. I feel like that's how we both kind of do it. We're like, I'll try, but I'll give it a good college try, and then it's also kind of like, maybe if Mooney does it for me.
Maybe, you know. Actually, there's parts of the background that I should start to block in too, right? Like, you know, just to start to get this to you know, like the lighting situation that it should be in and stuff like that. So here we go. Okay, so down here we're just gonna put this color in. And then we'll work on perfecting this later and stuff like that, right? And then let's see, because we should at least try to build this up first before we do anything else, right? What? Why did it change colors? Wait a minute, what the hell? What's going on? I'm just putting in some amorphous blobs to represent certain things that are supposed to be in the skies. And then and you know, sometimes you just kind of want to put the stuff in just to give yourself the idea of what's going on. You don't have to detail it all the way in just yet, but at least this gives you a look at what you were thinking of and stuff, right? So oops.
I like how it's very bright and sunny.
Yes, it's a very bright and sunny and happy explosion.
You don't want to make it like all dark and moody.
Why should it be dark? Well, actually, I can actually if I
it would actually remind me a bit of Burnus though.
Oh yeah.
Your Burnus illustration, remember you did that with.
I mean, I can like. Make it like an evening explosion.
But I understand the daylight, right?
Mm-hmm. It's like we'll see what works with it and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of it is like, you know, Or I can just have the entire background be a big explosion. Like, it doesn't even have to have a real background. It'll just be one big explosion. But then I will have to
It
change...
was very cloudy and like outdoorsy.
Yeah. But like, yeah, exactly. It's like if I did that though, then that means that the
Where's the
shading
light
has...
coming from?
Huh?
Where's
What's
the
up?
light coming from?
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, so if you make the whole... It depends on the intensity of the explosion behind it, right? If the explosion is like the entire background, that means that the light is intensely right behind her, right? Here, there's going to be quite a bit of the explosion behind her, but there's still a very strong light source in front of her because this is out in the middle of the day and stuff like that, right? So the shading that you initially were going for, right, still works here, right? But like the more of the background is an exploding fire, like the more fire there is in the background, the more covered in front she's gonna be, because then it starts to kind of overtake the entire image itself.
I would say, by the way, you should probably throw a couple of like rocks flying up.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, like having certain like
Pebble or two,
pieces
yeah.
of rubble, because the way that I drew her hair was actually reacting to the blast of air that usually comes out of an explosion. And so I was
Wow,
gonna
with
have
art.
yes, exactly, that's exactly what it is.
Someone just did a Rubik fart.
Yes,
Well, I didn't know this was this kind of stream.
Whoa,
Some
I
people
didn't say it
think
was
that's
that.
sexy.
No, people, please, why?
Do you like that kind of content, Bartholomew?
No. We're not gonna have that kind of content in here. That's weird.
What if somebody wants to be farted on?
They will find.
Have you heard of that kink?
Wait, what?
Have you heard of that kink where people
No.
like want to be farted on?
Oh no! You know
Or
what?
hear
Why am I
women fart?
surprised? Why am I surprised? Like, people love weird
Or
shit.
fart on cake, I think is one.
Really? What the hell? That's such a waste of cake.
That's what you're bothered by?
Yes, that is exactly what I'm bothered by.
By the way,
That-
you might need to add color to her head.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that, but before I do that, I just wanted to see if I need to fill in any gaps. It's not anywhere. No, her head.
But yeah, it was a whole thing. If you played Honey Pop, you would know.
Oh, I see.
I guess you didn't play Honey Pop, huh?
I guess not, huh?
Maybe you should.
Wow. Do you hear this, chat? I'm being suggested to play a not say so game. Definitely degenerate game.
Like, you make it sound like no one has ever told you to play it.
I guess not. No, actually, I think some of my friends may have mentioned said game before.
Honey Pop Studio.
Yeah. Am I on the right layer? Let me make. Okay, I'm on the right layer.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I am. It's just the way that things are layered out. I'm gonna have to change the layer for
Why don't
certain
you
things.
use a pen?
Hmm?
I was like, use your pen.
Oh yeah. It's just sometimes I like the
You're
paint
lazy.
bucket. Yeah, I'm lazy. I like the paint bucket.
Yeah, paint your bucket.
Whoa, we can't say
Whoa.
things like that.
Yes, you can. It's innocent.
Is
What are you
it?
thinking it means?
Whoa, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking it means
Bard.
something else.
This is not an 18+ channel.
I guess not.
This is 16+ at best.
At best. I will never have one of those because, you know, a certain streaming platform doesn't want me to have one of those. So
Did you tell Chad how you started drawing Ribbit?
oh, I actually showed chat briefly Ribbit.
Her dump truck of an ass that you drew on her?
Listen,
side profile?
listen, it's accurate. It's lore accurate. Okay, Ribbit has the proportions of a very attractive
Bumpy.
frog.
Oh, You're attracted to frogs now. What about the turtles?
Whoa, what about the turtles? I love frogs and turtles. Look at this. This is Ribbit. This is Ribbit.
I thought you could ride on turtles. You can't ride on a frog.
You can ride on a frog. They just gotta be big enough so that they can support my dumpiness.
Wow. Is it because you're dumpy twins?
Maybe. I mean, it's not my fault that Ribbit was drawn this way. No, I should not make jokes about stuff like that.
No, I'm pretty sure there's Rule 34 coming out.
I'm pretty certain that it, like, I'd be shocked if it hasn't already come out. I actually would be.
Like, going, like, where's the Ribbit 34?
Ribbit 34. No, everybody... Okay, listen, everybody loves tragic characters, okay? So, no spoilers, but, I'm just saying. Ribbit 34 is our new brand, okay? Yeah. I don't know,
Make sure that the hat should be in front.
Yeah, what I'm gonna have to do is take all the colors and things like that and the line art for the hat and then bring it to a layer that's on top of the hair and stuff like that, right? So that I can just then I'll put it all in a folder so that I can click it off so that there's a hatless version and then a hat version of this artwork and stuff.
Different.
Listen. I'm working. I'm
Look,
practicing.
It would be different if it was out close, but you just made her head naked.
Yeah, that's a lot for Twitch.
Sounds like hatless behavior.
Whoa.
What's that reference to?
Whoa. Listen, Twitch can't handle the level of the level of indecency that a hatless head holds. Okay, I'm very much skirting the edges of what's allowable by doing this. Okay.
You should probably make sure the nails are also behind the shadow layer.
Oh yeah, you're right.
They look very highlighted.
Listen, maybe she has very highlighted nails, okay?
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline, yes. Maybe she's born with it, okay? You don't know! Okay, we're quickly approaching that time.
Do you want to show chat the Rappy illustration?
Yeah, actually,
I had to change your background.
It is fine. Oh, you had to change the background a little bit?
I didn't understand it.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. Let's go find Rappy.
Also, somehow it was so big. Apparently bigger than Neon.
Yeah, I don't understand how these things happen. It has to do with the recording feature because we gotta record everything now. Thanks a lot, AI. Fucking hell, man. We gotta record everything now.
I'm not sure if it even... Is it... I guess you had to turn on for...
I turned it on for everything, basically. So...
I guess...
Oh, I really like how you did the metal part over here and stuff like that. Yeah. I
can't remember how to do it. I just remembered a little bit.
Okay. No,
it's the reflection on the water.
The water reflection. That's what I want to do. Oh, nice. Yeah, you even have the shadows. It just needs a little bit of finessing in terms of usually I don't do the lines that sharp on there. I blur it out a little bit.
It was just I just the horizontal and just fixed it. But your lines didn't I mean, granted, mine were like free-handed, like not really proportionate.
Yeah, yeah. I know. It's like some of this in the background was just kind of like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Like again, like you normally with a lot of character illustrations, right? The backgrounds are not like the
Important.
focal point. Yeah, it's not that they're not important, it's just that they're not the focal point. So you get enough detail in there where you indicate what's back there, and then it gets out of focus. So you kind of like I would prefer to have the background largely blurred a little bit and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So even the imperfections and things like that don't really show up as hard. Like
But I guess because I also separate layered the background and.
yeah. No, it's okay. Like you do what you do to have it. Like do the thing that you need it to do. I know that's like a lot of word salad I just had. But yeah, good job so far, like again, it's like I do like the color choices here already and stuff like that, and the shadows are already like in places that I would have chosen and stuff like that. They just need to be like more tailored towards looking the way that like this image, for example, would be at the
Yeah.
end. So I'll take
Softer.
yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna take a similar approach to the skin and the clothing on that one that I took with this one, so that they're kind of like a set, And then the same thing with Titty Star Honest.
When you get
You
to
know,
it.
yeah, when I get to it. But yeah, good
Also,
job.
I didn't understand how you did the hair.
Okay, yeah, the hair is like
I
there
tried my
was
best to understand what you were trying to go for.
yeah. It's like the hair was tough because she doesn't have a okay. She pulls all her hair back, right, into
Yeah.
what I assumed was a ponytail. But then the blue part, the ribbon, looks like it goes all the way underneath all of that
Yeah.
and around. So she has her hair bunched up back there, like in a sort of way that's like a big like beehive type of thing,
Yeah.
and then a ponytail comes out of it.
Somehow.
Yeah, somehow. So she has it further tied into a ponytail after that, right? So it's not tightly bound right against where her skull would be. It's actually
Yeah.
kind of loose, and then suddenly there's like a ponytail there. So it was just a lot of stuff
You
that
understand where I try to went with the because like she has like the undercolor too.
yes. Yeah. I think you got it. Where it would show up at the very least if you were trying to wrap it. It's just crazy. Like you just have to stare at sometimes the Nikkei characters have such weird
I put too much shadow on her face because now it makes her neck look so long.
oh yeah, because for the under part of the chin, because now you think that the edge of her chin is much higher than
Yeah.
than it actually is.
I
So
was like, because I looked at it during my show, I was like, her neck looks so long. I was like,
it's
I was
okay.
like,
We'll
why?
we'll probably end up removing some of it to let's see.
Her aftershave.
Yes, her
Black
aftershave.
shadow.
Yeah, because it's like sometimes if you put shadows down here and stuff like that, it's just a little bit too much, right?
Elongate.
So then it looks like her neck is a heck of a
Like a
lot
T-Rex.
longer. Yeah. yes, like a T-Rex. Like you maybe can get away with something like more like that just to like maintain the anime
Illusion.
aesthetic. Yeah.
Oh, also, like I'm pretty sure you probably discovered this for a long time.
Mhm.
I did the shadow for her eyes, and then I did, what was it? It starts with an E.
It starts with an E or her ear?
No, the eyeshadow.
The
eye-
eyeshadow.
Not the literal, like literally eyeshadow, right?
Uh-huh.
Instead of doing like I did something different, And I liked how it looked. And I'm like, oh, is this what everybody else does? It's like it starts with E, the filter. Remember?
The E filter. Hold on. Is
You
it
can
on
just
the
look at-
layer?
Yeah, it's on the layer.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to look for the layer now. Starts with an E.
Well, it says it should be eyeshadow, and then you should see what filter it has on there.
Oh, okay, okay.
Bullshit? No.
I see I. I see. I don't see an E. Or is it difference?
Difference. Might be different.
Oh, yeah. I see. Yeah. I don't normally use a difference for
It
a
looks
color
really
thing.
interesting.
You know, maybe I should mess around with it a little bit more.
Because, like, it's a different color altogether, but it looked nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe I should mess around with that a little bit more.
Because I didn't think about using, because usually I think you just use it to match it, right? But this is the opposite, because difference does the opposite color, I think, right?
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, that's probably why it's named the way that it's named, right? Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm glad we're making a lot of progress on here. I am slightly in a hurry to finish some of these because it's sort of like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I kind of want to finish these before I get to I go up to Bounty Hunterville, but I'm feeling like maybe I don't finish them before I get to Bounty Hunterville, so we'll have to deal with that. What comes of that over there?
I mean, technically, even if you don't, you can always just do it on my tablet.
Yeah. It's not the tablet part that I'm worried about, right? Like, we have the stuff to finish everything up there, so it's fine. It's just that, like, if we needed to print any of these for whatever reason,
What reason?
Oh, I don't know. Like, there's no reason.
There's never a reason.
Never.
Our dreams were shattered thanks to a certain convention.
Thanks to a certain convention, yes. Why Skinwalker Chan? Why?
It's not even the sexy one.
I know, it's not even the sexy one. This is a totally normal explosion image. There's no smexy. But hello, Juice. How are you doing?
Did you know Juice's cousin was dipping their milk bread in Sunny D?
What? Why would they do that?
Because they're 3.
Oh, okay. I guess I can buttermilk bread. Oh no.
Maybe they're a culinary genius.
Not milk bread, but buttermilk bread. Maybe that is the new. Hey, listen. People make fun of avocado toast, okay? But there is a.
Have you heard of orange juice toast?
Orange juice toast? No, for real? Is that real? I'd be more offended if I bought milk bread and he dipped it in Sunny D.
He's dipping it like it's a vinaigrette.
Oh no. But yeah, I think it's about time. I need to start getting something to eat because now I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, I want to eat some noodles.
I got 4 slices just for him to eat, the rest of the loaf dipped in ochi.
Culinary genius.
Culinary genius. From the mind that only a 3-year-old can think of.
Look, kids eat the darndest things. I should know. I was one of those kids.
You know.
Look, sugar bread was tasty.
It was tasty, I'm guessing.
It's white bread with butter and sugar. And now if you want to get real crazy, add mayonnaise and ketchup.
Whoa, don't go that wide. I'm leaving. No, Juice, come back. You're not allowed to leave. You have to come back now.
Now you have to share your culinary genius with us, Juice.
But yeah, like it's okay, guys. It's okay. I will be back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow to continue arting, and I'll continue to color, and also, no, we're not gonna work on a fan art of Ribbit just yet. I just started sketching it. I don't know why. Okay. Um, but yeah, we're gonna try to finish coloring these. I still owe you the Titty Star Honest line art. I gotta fix those parts that are drawn like weird and stuff like that. So I gotta do that as soon as I can, and then we'll see what happens. But yeah, okay, so for those of you on YouTube, unfortunately, that's the end of the stream today for you guys, but for those of you who are here on Twitch, it's not. It might not be. Say so and definitely not degenerate. Bard raid. Yeah, say so and definitely not degenerate. Right? That's what we always say. This is what we always say. We're gonna go ahead and find somebody to raid into. Who should we raid into? Jeez, let's see. Who's on.
There is a running hedgehog who has a birthday.
Oh, birthday hedgehog. Another rodent of extraordinary size. Let's do it. Let's go and pay a visit to the other rodent of extraordinary size, and say happy birthday if I can stop doing the hiccups. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow here at 6 p.m. Eastern time, per usual. We're gonna continue to color. Hopefully we'll get more of this done, at least to the state where I can be like, okay, this is almost complete. And then yeah, like we're just gonna go ahead and power through some of these, and we'll see what happens next week. Yeah, for I will be traveling on the 250th birthday of Freedom Land. Well, okay, a day before the 250th birthday. But who knows, right? After all these years, after hundreds of years, I bet the time somebody has miscounted. There's probably been enough minutes where, the birthday probably already happened. But yeah, I will see you guys then, and here we go. Let's start the raid up, and then in a couple of seconds, we're gonna go and head over to visit friend Gage. So everybody who's over here,
Gage.
Yeah, Gage. Let's give them a big happy birthday. Okay, here we go. All right, see ya, everybody. Bye bye.
I actually think his birthday was the other day, honestly, but it's still still.